If you're a fitness business owner and you want to grow and scale your business, I've got 10 must-have systems and automations you need to implement to grow and make that happen. Hi, my name is Jackson from ACR.fit, and what we are going to do today is cover those 10 things in this episode of the systematic shift for business owners. And let's dive into it. What I'm going to do, if you're watching this live on Facebook or maybe watching a recording on YouTube, I've included a documentation down below somewhere in the descriptions where you can follow along with this particular documentation, and you can have a look at the different points we're talking about, and you can look at the benefits, and you can actually download this sheet and you can actually utilize it for your own business. So let's dive into it. We've got 10 points we want to cover when it comes to scaling and growing your business. Let's just let me be very, very clear. We're not talking about strategies around generations or leads or anything like that. It's all about putting a foundation in place, making sure when you do have an influx of leads or you may have an offer in place that is effective, you want to make sure you have something in place that allows you to bring those leads into a foundation, into an ecosystem for you to not only nurture them and make sure you turn it into paying clients, and ultimately give you a mechanism to refer and actually grow your business from there. So let's dive right into it. And we're going to share my screen over here, and we've got a 10 point we are going to be covering today, and the different tools we're going to be covering in that whole process as well. Okay, here we go. So as you can see on my screen, I've got documented here. Like I said, if you are watching this on Facebook or YouTube, down in the description below, you can download this particular documentation. It allows you to see what we are doing and how we are going to implement all these different 10 points. And if you're listening on, maybe on a podcast somewhere, you can also download that documentation in the descriptions. All right, number one, if you are wanting to scale or grow your business, you need to have a mechanism that can nurture your leads. If you are running Facebook ads, YouTube ads, or Google ads, you're going to have a way to capture these leads into place. One thing that we always talk about with our clients is that you need to have a way to make sure all those leads are coming into one place. As you can see here, you got to have some sort of nurturing system where you can build your relationship with your clients. You got to have the outbound as well as the nurturing process in place. Now, all these things can be done through different tools. You can use API, you can use ACR, which we run. You have the ability to use Google Sheets where you can put everything to one place. The important part is making sure you have a mechanism in place that allows you to have a unified inbox, allows you to communicate them with them effectively, allow you to not have to go to all the different channels that you may want to speak to them, whether it be SMS, a piece of paper, or Facebook or Instagram messaging. That you got to have a unified inbox. So that's what Go High Level does. That's what we do. That's what we build ACR on. We have a Go High Level platform allow us to bring all those leads into one place. And if you want more information about it, you can definitely download the link, and you can actually see how that can actually effectively help you to grow your business, because just by having that mechanism in place, it's going to help you, one, to nurture your leads that you are going to be speaking to, because we know that out of 10 leads, out of 100 leads that you come in, probably like 30-40% of those are not going to respond to you straight away. You're going to take time to nurture them. They may not be ready to start, and you've got to have a place you can find those details and then communicate them with effectively. So if you're not doing that on even on a Google Sheet, then you need to look at a CRM or customer relationship management system that allows you to put those things in place. And one thing you want to understand when it comes to lead nurturing is about a long game, which means that people are not going to start with you today. They may start with you in 2 months' time, 3 months' time, 4 months' time. You need to understand that it is not to do with every single client that opts into your funnel is going to start today. Maybe 20-30% will become an actual client. There are 70% of these people you need to be working with. And that is where you can start building trust on these clients over a period of time to allow you to nurture them. And automations, SMS, and marketing are still one of the most effective way for you to do that. That is mechanism number one. And number two is going to be your booking link or some kind of AI engagement when it comes to your ability to engage your clients. We've got automations in place. We've got a community where we're teaching people how to use automations and AI to engage with clients. Let me be really, really clear. The whole idea of engagement is about speed. We're not talking about having AI to replace you or your sales staff to go ahead and, you know, convert a sale for you. The whole idea of having AI in place or some kind of mechanism in place allow them to book a call with you or demo is that you want them to respond to you at a time that suits them and you engaging with them effectively the moment they're engaged with you. I've had a gym in the past, so I know the difficulty when it comes to running classes on the floor, doing staff training, and then when you got leads coming through, you're not going to have the ability to contact them straight away unless you have a team of members that's around the clock 24/7 or like at least during business hours. So what we've found that over a period of time, having some kind of AI engagement is going to help you to increase or decrease that gap of them wanting to know something about your business and you not being available. Having someone to engage with them, whether it be a AI or somewhere they can book a link to talk about or see something about your business, is going to build that trust over a period of time. And that is one of the reasons why you want to look at that whole streamlining operation where they can automatically book an appointment without having all the administration workloads being added. When someone opts in, you got to message them back and forth. This whole back and forth playing phone tag or SMS tag makes it very difficult for you to get that speed of engagement. So understand this, anything about sales is about how quickly you can engage with the leads very, very, very effectively, right? So you need to make sure you are doing that as part of your process. Now, as we're moving along to point number 3, before I do that, there's a little link in the documentation here. You can join a free community where I actually show you how you can build an AI assistant very easily using some very simple processes and webhooks, and also using a playground within the OpenAI platform allow you to build that AI assistant without very with very minimal tech knowledge, as you may say. Okay, so make sure if you're interested, join that community, jump in there and making sure you see that. Now, let's dive into point number 3. Number 3 is all about those people who are not interested in following up. Kind of very similar to what we were talking about before when it comes to the engagement or speed engagement. Now, you're going to have people opt in. They're not going to be interested straight away, but some will engage with you, and those who engage with you may also eventually drop off in the conversation. So you need to have some kind of mechanism that continues to follow them up. The objective is to either get them to book a call or come into a studio or have a conversation with somebody. What we talk about in terms of follow-up nurture or the funnel, or in terms of pillars, we always talk about you having a lead as an opt-in. Then the next objective is getting to speak to someone or come into a studio. Maybe the next objective is to get them into a trial session or something like that. And at any given time, what you want to be doing is think about, if my objective is to get an appointment and they haven't done that, then how do I ensure that either I follow them up or I have a system in place to actually follow them up? That comes down to an implementation of an automation you may want to have to make sure you do that ongoing. That also comes down to maintain that relationship with the 70% of people that haven't become a brand new client with you. You're going to make sure you continue to follow them up, maybe providing with valuable content or information about what you can do for them when it comes to their business. So this is all about being able to being proactive when it comes to client acquisition. So you being able to continue to engage with and be the front of mind, whether it be via SMS or email, you need to make sure you have that mechanism in place to ensure that you're able to grow your client base. And don't forget, if you already pay for these clients, it is also important for you to make sure you are continue to nurture them so you can actually reduce your acquisition costs over a period of time. Number 4, we are talking about the next part of the bucket now. So these are clients have come in, they've booked an appointment, they want to come to do a trial or have a conversation with you, and they drop off, and that's very natural. Statistically speaking, when I was running the studio, we typically have about a 20% drop-off rate when people not show up. That's quite normal as well too, because they may have got feet and they just simply have forgotten about an appointment, like it's busy. So understand something is that when someone no-show, don't just think that, oh, they're not interested and don't follow them up at all. what you want to be doing in this particular process to ensure that you are following them up, whether it be, again, using that automation or using some kind of nurturing process, and put it onto a particular nurturing sequence that can prompt them back into the next objective, which is, again, coming back into the studio or having a conversation with you. After a period of time, you can then move them on to the next bucket of long-term nurture. But in the meantime, you need to make sure you have something in place that caters for people who get busy. Very often in my studio, when I was running it, there are people who don't show up, and by properly following them up, you're now able to get them back in because they may just simply get busy, and we live in a very busy lifestyle. A lot of us can get caught up. Kids could keep getting sick, or different events may come up, work or traffic or whatever may happen. You just got to treat them like a human being, that their life can get in the way, and you got to say, okay, how can I encourage you as a coach or as a business to get them into the next part because they didn't show up. Don't ever let them leave your ecosystem. You want to make sure you continue to nurture them in that process, because the whole idea is that missing a appointment is quite normal. I've done it. I've done it before. They continue to follow me out, and then I'll eventually go back to them if it is something that I'm still interested in. So this whole idea is about being able to implement that commitment to your business. Point number 5, we need to have a look at what that journey looks like when it comes to fulfillment or for the client. Now, there are a few ways you can do this. This is talking about they've come in and they become a brand new client for you. What does your fulfillment look like? Recently, I was with a new client of ours, and we're talking about this, providing a 6-star hotel experience. That means that when they become a brand new client, what does your business, how do you treat them? How do you onboard them? How do you provide the next step for what they're looking to do? What is their, do they need to download an app? Do they need to follow a particular instruction, or do they have to have a sort of kind of onboarding form they need to be doing that allows them to know what the next step is? That onboarding experience, or what we find in a software business, in my case, is that, that experience usually dictates how long a client will stay, because don't forget, when a brand new client coming on board, they're brand new to your business. They don't know you and how you operate. So the best way for you to onboard them and give them a fantastic experience, if given bite sizes of information, they can continue to learn and understand what the next step will be. And you want to guide them through that process as well too. The best way of getting someone into a adoption in your business is to provide them information along the way that allows them to go, yep, I know what to do today. There's action items for tomorrow, action items for next day. And over the first months to probably about 60 to 90 days, you're going to find most people can adopt a business concept pretty well within the first 2 to 3 weeks. And then over a period of 90 days, that will allow them to become really long-term users when they have the confidence in what you do and how you can help them with their situation. So building courses or building automation or building information in dripping type scenario is going to 100% help you to do that very effectively. And this will also improve your lifetime value of your business. If you're not doing this and not thinking about long-term lifetime value of your business, then you're not really thinking about what kind of revenue this person can generate, not only just for themselves, but potential referrals down the track. Because how often have we gone to a restaurant or hotel where you had a great experience? Now you're being the ambassador or the advertiser of that particular facility. This is no different. Your onboarding experience, your fulfillment, and the way you treat your brand new client is going to really, really make a massive difference when it comes to your ability to not only give them a great experience and letting them have a fantastic, a seamless onboarding experience, becoming long-term lifetime clients, but also becoming a great ambassador for your business. That is one thing that you gotta make sure you put into place, because that is your referral and your Google review mechanism, which we're going to be talking about next. So the mechanism we're talking about here is that when they become a brand new client, you now want to say, well, how do I make sure I send an automated type Google reviews, send them referral type forms that can bring another client for me. Now, don't forget, if you have a fantastic experience and you don't ask them for referral. Sometimes, yes, someone will give it to you, but when you put in that mechanism in place where you're giving them a fantastic experience and you also ask for a referral and also ask for a Google review, then it's only natural for them to participate in that. Probably about 20, 30, maybe up to 40% of people will do that when you do ask them. But one thing I do know for sure is that if you don't ask them, you're probably 90% of the time they won't do anything about it because they're not prompted, right? So business is about prompting them to do what, to go to the next step. So in this case, they've just come through your business, they're going through a fantastic onboarding journey. Now you want to make sure you give them that mechanism or putting that system in place that you say to them, okay, do you mind leaving us a review? Now, when you're busy, most people are now back to the beginning already and thinking about getting new leads, getting new clients, getting new bookings, and getting new conversations. Most people tend to forget that there is a mechanism on the back end of this client journey they need to actually look at to try and improve their referral as well as their Google review on the ranking, because these all have an effect when people are looking at you in that front end of lead researching, opt-in. They're looking at, okay, who is this business about? What's their review like? How are they being able to be seen in the community? The better you are able to put this mechanism in place, more likely you're going to be seen as an authority in your local area. And if it's online, then again, it's all about being seen more effectively. And we're talking about gym businesses and fitness businesses here where attendance of their current members is crucial. What we've found over time is that anyone that does not come to the gym for 2 to 3 sessions on average on a weekly basis are usually at risk of dropping out over a period of time. So this mechanism, funny enough, that when I first started my business, I was asking my particular software company and saying, well, how do I track my non-attendance? Back then, 4 or 5 years ago, it wasn't available. It wasn't available at the time to figure out how many of my clients were actually attending on a regular basis. We couldn't see the tracking mechanism. We couldn't see how often they didn't attend. So one of the things we did with our partners in Zoda and with our Zoda Reach marketing suite is that we have a very seamless integration in this whole entire process where we're able to look at, one, how often are they attending? And we have a mechanism tracking in the back end is that they do become absent or they become less frequent in what they normally do. Then the system can automatically pick that up and say to your staff, or you can put a trigger in place that notifies you and your team to say, this person have not been coming as frequently as before. They may have dropped out after, they may be not coming for 14 days or 2 weeks. Let's make sure your team or our team is making sure that we are contacting them to see where they're at. Because we know that as a habit, if people are coming out of a attendance when it comes to fitness, they will tend to drop out because they have fallen out of that particular habit. So you can see that retention not only helps you to increase your lifetime value of your business and cash flow, it allows you to keep that person in your business longer, as well as being able to give them an opportunity to refer to other people because you are paying that attention, or you're being the person that is being effective when it comes to paying attention on every single client that you have. But you've got to have something in place that allows you to track it, whether it be a Monday morning report or whatever, or having a CRM like Zoda or Zoda Reach that allows you to increase your ability to keep a track of the attendance of your members. It seems like so simple, but I'm surprised at how many gyms I've spoken to that don't have this mechanism in place and don't have a way of tracking that, because you can do that manually if you want to, but put a system in place that allows you to do it automatically, get an alert, everything, and that way you can go on and do the things you need to be doing in your business without having to worry too much. I'm coming towards the last couple of points here in the list here. Number 8, the landing page of social proof. This is probably more to do with when it comes to people looking at you when they're becoming the opt-in process. You want to have something in place that you can do it once, and you want to do it well. You can put your testimonials, case studies, and client success story, because in the end of the day, people want to know that you're able to help them. whatever industry you may be in, fitness is particularly if you want to have before after photos or or things that you can show people that you are the expert in the particular field that you're talking about, you want to showcase that. Now, you don't want to be showcasing every single conversation you have. You want to put it in a place where it allows you to have things that people go, oh, fantastic, I can see that this person can really help me. And you want to curate all the information and put in those landing pages by a team that can put those things in place that showcases what you do as a business. That's why website builders are paid so handsomely when it comes to building landing pages, because it's a sales page, it's a representation of who you are as a business. To give you some ideas, we've got some sample of the pages that we have built within the ACR platform. So here's a couple of different examples you can see here that you can do it as a landing page, or which is more like a website like this, where it gives you everything you need to know about the program. They've got a very easily contact form that they can actually come to, and allows people to go through here and complete the form. That again goes back to the loop right at the beginning of being able to bring that lead into the conversation that you have. So as you can see here, we've got testimonials up here, like a long list of testimonials, we've got a long list of spotlights and things like that. That allows them to see what they need to know, or what they need to know about your business. That's all we're going to do. Again, another example here is that we have a video where actually people see what you're about, before after photos in a video introduction, looking at the methods that they're providing as a business. So you can see here what we've got here. We've got how they provide that particular system, how they actually create the results they're looking for, how you transform their lives. Again, this is social proof and a well-crafted sales page for people to go to, and people can very easily look at this and go, oh, now I can relate to who I need to be working with and who I'm going to be working with. So again, it may be very small, but it is certainly something you want to put into place in the beginning as part of your sales funnel to help you to engage with your clients. Last 2 points here. Number 9, we've got the check-ins and 12-week goal reset. Lifetime value is what we're talking about here. So if you've got clients coming in and you haven't got a mechanism in place where you are able to either every 4 to 6 weeks, 12 weeks, and within that 90-day period, we are resetting their goals, you're probably not doing your business justice. Our program was 24 weeks. So every 4 weeks, we actually had a measurement, or we actually had a check-in process where our coaches, where they have a pool of people they're working with consistently, and they actually go and do a 15-minute check-in in the studio, resetting their goals, checking where the measurements, where they're at. And especially in a group training facility, this is vital because they can get lost in the busyness of a group. So if you put in that additional service by having a mechanism to reset their goals and upselling into maybe a different program, you're going to increase the lifetime value of your clients because they're already there. It's much easier to upsell into a client base that's already know you, trust you, rather than having to bring in new clients all the time. So check-ins, resell, upsell, these are things that's going to help you to not only showing your commitment as a business owner for their fitness goals, your commitment to provide results for your clients. You also want to be able to retain it for long periods of time as well too. Now, lastly, a little kind of an option that you may want to have a look at if you don't have anything when it comes to automation or AI engagement. You may be just starting out, right? You may want to have a look at this quick links on your phone template replies, something really, really simple. I've got a couple of instructions in here for the iPhone and your Android instructions. All it is a quick key that you can put into your keyboard in your phone, and you have quick replies. So if you're not doing anything with automation, you can actually set this up as a template. Give me an example, could be like quick intro, or like, intro 1, intro 2, follow-up 1, follow-up 2. That's how I had it before. And in the text reply, just by typing those keywords, it's going to bring out my very, very quick sentence in my keyboard, and I can send it to them straight away out of my phone. That's for people who are using your phone or your personal phone, your business phone that you currently have, and you're still using that as a mechanism. So you're the sole operator, maybe a personal trainer. This is a very effective way for you to have these quick keywords imported into your into your phone. It's going to make your replies a lot more efficient. It's going to make your follow-up a lot more efficient because when I was first starting out, I only had limited time. So I had these keywords in place. So I was able to quickly go through my contact list. And if I want to do a follow-up one, the message was simple as if follow one was my key, and then it'll bring up my whole entire sentence as simple as, hey, Jackson, I haven't seen you in the gym for the last couple of weeks. Is everything still okay? Anything I can help you with? Now, that is just one text, but I was able to create that text in that keyword of FW, I think maybe F1 or something like that. And that was able to create a sentence without me having to go to my notepad, copy and paste, and inserting names and all that stuff. So I was able to get that word out very, very quickly to implement that follow-up in my business. So if you're a sole operator, you haven't got a CRM in place, no automation in place or anything like that, then this is a very effective way for you to make sure that you're able to send a reply using your Android phone or iPhone, and it's a system you can put into place very easily to streamline your business. And as you start to grow, that's when you start implementing systems like ACR or any kind of AI like Chatwise program to help you to streamline your business. Now, hopefully you got a lot of value out of this particular training here. So if you want to download this particular doc, more than happy for you to just click on the link somewhere on the descriptions, download the Google Doc, and then if you want more information, more than happy for you to just contact me on comments. And then really looking forward to seeing great results and seeing people benefiting out of implementing these 10 things in their business, because it's a foundation you can use to grow your business. Until next time, the next episode of The Systematic Shift. Looking forward to chatting to you again in the future.